It's me, Zenobia darling. You're listening to hashtag Rockstar Life, the Coffee Break podcast. Let's go. Where the hell's my cold brew at?
I just hit record, so at this moment on, we're recording. Be careful, don't say. We gotta clean up our conversation because we've been talking off mic.
Have you met us?
My dirty name is Dr. Deep Love.
Oh my God! All right, guys, it's me, Zenobia darling. I am here, as you can tell. Two of my stand-up comedy friends. I beam down in Havity Grace. Yeah. So what's up? I'm here with Ursula Griffin and Stoney Williams. We are having a three-way podcast episode. Technically, it's a devil's three-way because there's two men and one girl.
Worst three-way ever for me.
Well, I mean, it could be fun, but
it's a fucking train.
But we're doing it in the podcasting.
This train derailed quickly.
But we're doing it in the podcasting space. So what's up? So just to get started, it is Lady Gaga's birthday. So happy birthday to Mother Monster. This will come out next week.
I actually did I ever tell you my theory on Lady Gaga's
oh, please and do indulge us. What is she's a drag queen from Manhattan.
Shut up.
Literally, she's a Rivington rebel. Right. She's a drag queen from the Lower East Side.
But this is from someone that isn't a diehard fan. Just someone that's just
and a straight
on the
guy
outside.
Oh, so let's just identify.
Oh, God. So you just now everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
Secrets
we have a straight
out,
guy.
You just outed him.
Secrets out, people.
We all know who I am. I mean, I'm a world famous drag queen and just like my rainbow self.
All right.
Who are you?
I'm Ursula Griffin, and I'm this is the wrong meeting. I too am gay as hell.
Good to see. So Rainbow Coalition plus Stoney.
Them things.
Yeah.
It's all
so go ahead.
Balance.
It is balanced. So engage us with your Lady Gaga content, Stoney.
All right. So I've always had this cool personal theory that being the artsy woman that Lady Gaga is, that she first came out as another artist, planned to rule the world with her jazzy music, and then fake her death, only to come back a few years later as Lady Gaga. I think that Lady Gaga is actually Amy Winehouse. I mean, there's a lot of similarities. I honestly think it's the same bitch.
And Lady Gaga has a lot of inspiration from Amy Winehouse. I love Amy Winehouse. I think she's fucking amazing.
I know every word to every album.
Yeah, she's iconic. But Lady Gaga, like her natural talent is doing a jazz singer. Like that's what she does now in Vegas. She stopped doing the Enigma one, which was her pop show, and it's all the piano and jazz stuff. And she loves it. That's what That's like her natural self. And Lady Gaga is her pop star drag persona.
Whoa. So if we're doing Lady Gaga theories, I got one too.
Yeah, spill.
I think that somewhere, somehow, there was some of Madonna's eggs frozen.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody stole one, and boom.
She definitely is. Madonna has Madonna has inspired all the queens now. Like her Blonde Ambition tour in 1990 and her Truth or Dare documentary, which is amazing, is basically the blueprint for what all the pop stars are doing now. Gaga, Taylor, all of them.
It's not that fair, though, to these artists because Madonna cannot sing.
No, Joe, she's a performer.
Yeah.
Although I saw Madonna in December, and let me tell you, to be in her 60s, still doing it, and still doing that level of pop theater art is truly inspiring. That was one of the best concerts I've ever saw. I was laughing. I was dancing. There was a moment where I cried because she did Live to Tell, and she played all these portraits of all the gay men that died of AIDS that she personally was friends with. And it's she's up, and it was emotional. And then she brought it back, and there was Bob the drag queen was the MC. It was.
I feel like I've heard of that person before.
Bob the drag queen. You know who Bob the drag queen is, right, Ursula?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
He's been on TV somewhere.
And guess who I'm seeing in 2 weeks?
Bob the drag queen?
No, I'm seeing Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
that's
nice.
So excited. It's the second time I've seen Nicki.
How do you do concerts? How do you deal with all those people?
I like to be like I like to be on the floor, but I like to be seated on the floor. I don't want to be in
Same.
I don't mosh pit anymore. I don't want to be like I'm the type where like I want to be up close. Like every time I've saw Lady Gaga live, I mean, her sweat was dripping on me. Like
Sweet.
I don't need to be that close.
But like I like to be close, but anymore it's like, I'm a person of a certain age, I'm going to be turning 25 this year, so
that quarter century mile
yeah,
marker.
so I like to be a little removed. Or I pull connections and I'm backstage, but we won't talk about that.
I feel so uncomfortable because this whole time I thought you were 27, and I'm just how dare I?
Well,
silly me.
Well,
You were
Children, all of you.
25.
I know. I'm
I'm older
24.
than you. Why not?
You are not older than me.
I'm young, fun, and full of cum, I always say.
How do you-
41.
Get the fuck out.
Wait, how old are you,
Oh,
Stoney?
shit. 38.
Damn.
42 in 3 months, exactly.
I'm really young. Wow, I thought I was old.
2 months from today?
3 months from today.
3 months from today?
Oof.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm-
42.
Can you remind me
I'm
Derek,
old as
what?
hell.
of her birthday?
When's your birthday?
3 months from now.
Yep, 3 months
Mine's
from
May
today.
30th.
Nice.
Okay.
Are you a Gemini?
Cancer.
Oh,
That's what they say.
I do love cancers.
That's what they all say.
My Venus isn't Cancer, so.
Such a Cancer.
What are you?
I'm Sagittarius.
That makes a lot of sense.
Isn't it clear?
Guess what I
that
am?
tracks.
Guess what I am?
A hot mess.
Most people can tell what I am.
Oh, wait. You're
what's the one where there's
Gemini.
two
Yeah,
personalities?
I'm a Gemini.
I was like, you just told
Is that
me.
the one that's where there's two personalities? No,
Sometimes.
that's
Pretty
Pisces.
much.
That's
That's
Pisces.
the twins.
Oh, is it?
It makes sense. It makes sense.
I thought Pisces was twins.
Yeah.
No.
But getting back to Lady Gaga, so what was your theory on her?
Oh, that she's secretly Madonna's child.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, you know what I have a theory about that I will spill? I think that I am the love child of Madonna and Basquiat.
Oh.
It makes because they dated.
I mean,
And like it makes sense with me.
and wait, timeline wise too. Wait, no,
No, they were. It was
no, no.
86.
Derek.
What?
Wouldn't
Who's
you-
Derek?
Fuck, I'm sorry. Zenobia. I'm sorry. Dead naming. So,
Bitch, I have
Wouldn't your
blue
nose-
hair on and eyeliner. I am Zenobia motherfucking darling right
wouldn't
now.
your nose be a little wider if your father was Basquiat?
Assuming that's where the nose genes came from.
True. I mean, I could have been. I mean, I don't know.
Our
like,
noses always go. Come
This
on.
is what
now.
I like.
Dominant
I'm their
genes.
love child, but then also like
Dominant genes.
I probably was put on the street and John Waters picked me up. So
And that
that explains me
That
perfectly.
explains-
That would explain
That's-
you 100%. Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, my art, like Basquiat's the painter who I'm inspired by the most.
that sums it up.
And I'm also, this is another thing I haven't actually, a lot of my artist friends pick up on this, a lot of my drag friends pick up on this. Basquiat, yes, I love his artwork because it's neo-expressionism and it's punk and uncolonized and amazing, which is just like my art. But the thing I love about Basquiat the most was he was the first artist, painter, to use Warholian fame theatrics to be a famous artist. And that's what I have the most respect for him about. Because I'm very much an Andy Warhol superstar. Candy Darling is my drag mom.
Give me an example of Warholian.
Candy Darling. The Warholian superstars. Holly Woodlawn, Eddie Sedgwick.
Love you.
But
They're
I
like-
mean, you mean like as far as like the presentation of the art?
Yeah,
So you have to
Oh, yeah,
speak
yeah.
in straight. He doesn't
Oh,
understand gay.
that's very true.
I try. I try. You gotta slow down though. You gotta
Well, you know who Andy Warhol
don't
is, right?
enunciate as much. You know what I mean?
What, do you want me to bro it up?
Yeah, bro it up a little bit.
Yo, where's your power drill?
Of course, I know who Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
I'm also a famed painter.
You are. I mean, you are a
I'm
fame
a
painter.
famed.
You
painter.
know, I have one of your paintings at my house.
Yeah, we traded.
Yeah, you have a self-portrait.
We
Speaking
traded
of Lady Gaga,
self-portraits.
that I actually painted, that was my experience seeing a Lady Gaga concert high on mushrooms.
Yeah.
So I had a cathartic experience.
Nice.
It was.
I don't think I could do a concert on mushrooms.
It was my birthday, and we were in Las Vegas.
Ooh,
So
actually,
I felt safe.
Wu-Tang Clan and mushrooms did not mix.
Jesus
it was.
Christ.
It seemed like a good idea.
But
at the time.
anymore, like
does.
I'm sobering up. Like I told you guys before, I'm getting ready to start training to be a bodybuilder, and like I've really been sobering up.
Dope.
So I know when I go see Nicki Minaj, I'm gonna be dead sober, but my phone's gonna be off, and I'm going to be enjoying the theater that Queen Nicki is going to deliver.
Sounds fun.
bodybuilder. So I mean, we're starting from the foundation up, huh?
Yeah. Well, I like how you said in the group chat because you were like, what did you say? You're like, is this a new shampoo? And then you sent me Paul Mitchell body. Plump.
I thought
Well,
it
no,
was gay code.
I've always.
Hey, all you listeners, I thought it was just a gay code that they were like trading on.
Well, no,
there's way.
You've never heard of bodybuilders?
Now I'm not sure.
Well, no, I've always wanted to do it. I have a trainer who she used to be a bodybuilder. Now she trains, and she's one of my friends in the art community, Ginger Wassel. Shout out to her.
So cool.
And we're starting training on Saturday. So it's like, and also I have the body shape where I naturally have a lot of muscle, and I naturally have that like bodybuilder shape, and like I love the performance aspect of
You're
it.
stout.
It's because you're young.
I know, with a 24-year-old testosterone muscle building is there.
All that cartilage in your knees.
Well, I'll tell you, dancing in 8-inch heels most of my life, that kind of shot that to hell. Have you wore heels?
When I was 7.
I know you haven't. Have you ever been in heels, like for prom or anything?
No, for 30 seconds, and then I can't.
Only
walk in
30
them.
seconds? Oh, God.
I about broke my ankles.
Yeah. What
When I
about
was-
you? What size shoe do you wear? I can bring some heels over if you want to try them out.
No, fuck you. 12.
I have the size I am.
I was about 6 or 7, and I walked around in my mom's heels. For like
Yeah,
a
I would
day.
try to walk around in my mom's heels.
Yeah,
and it
just
It's a
would
good
end poorly.
workout for your
It looks
calves.
fun. It
Like
just
I
looks
have a
fun.
lot of guys that ask how I have good calf muscles, and it's like because
You do have monster calves. You look like you
and
play
it's
soccer.
because of the heels.
you got soccer calves.
Yeah, I mean football.
Football.
Okay, so moving right along, Ursula.
Yes.
I made you watch Vanderpump Rules. I will put I wrote my thesis on it. I will put the link below. What are your thoughts? I had you watch season 1? And Stoney, you're next. You're watching this mother because you are gonna love it.
I suffered through up to episode 5, and I can't do it. I just can't do it.
What happens in episode
everybody's-
5?
I don't know.
Because you got to Vegas, right?
All anybody was doing was screaming to each other, and everybody was fucking each other's boyfriends.
Pretty
and
much.
Everybody's
Just horrible
fucking each
people.
other and
And they're
mad
the
about
most ridiculous relationships.
it. And their boss had to be like, "Well,
Lisa Vanderpump. Did you get
can't
it? Did
fire everybody, but you're all fucking, and that's a no." And I'm like,
did
"This place is an HR nightmare."
did Jack start dating Laura Lee? Do you know of?
Yes. And that was a whole
Oh, you got
situation.
you did to the part where they got caught having sex in bathrooms at Toca Madeira and Sir, right?
Yes.
Okay, there was that.
gets
Did they
caught?
break up because they're dumb?
Who gets caught?
They literally because Jax is like a dumb horny ape who like just wants to fuck and
That's all
doesn't
of
care.
them.
Yeah, and he like and this girl because they actually break up in the next episode. So they
Spoiler.
start nonstop
Spoiler alert.
fucking for like 3 days straight and do all the romantic bullshit, and then it comes out that, oh, Laura Lee, I'm in recovery from methamphetamine, and she graduated from Juilliard with an acting degree. So I'm like, you got a crazy act. I know that breed. And so he takes her. So Laura Lee takes Jax to an AA or NA meeting, which I don't think was an actual meeting because they're not allowed to film.
I was gonna say, doesn't have to beat the
No,
purpose.
But there
they're
is
not.
some
No, they aren't.
some
No, they're
group,
not allowed
and
to.
Laura Lee does this monologue about like when I was fucked up on meth, I just fucked a bunch of people and I stole stuff and like I'm in such a good place. And you could tell Jax was like, after the meeting, takes her outside, sitting on the curb on Santa Monica Boulevard, and breaks up with her.
That's
and then,
fucked up, dude.
Yes, and then they had a shift at Sir later that night. And meanwhile, and it was like a busy Tuesday, and Jax is bartending, making drinks, and Laura Lee comes up and was like, just so you know, that guy fucked me last night without a condom. I could have diseases. How do you feel about that? And Jax is like, are you
Wait.
kidding me? We're at work.
She
Wait,
he
well,
said that.
It told the
she told him-
customers.
the former meth
Wait.
addict who said she fucked a bunch of
Yeah,
people.
went up to the customers who were Jax was
worried
making
about getting
their like
diseases
pumptinis.
from.
And was like, he
Pumptinis?
fucked me last night without a condom.
Pumptini?
Pumptinis is Lisa Vanderpump's signature drink from
I thought that was a sex move.
you know, Pumptinis. That's what you haven't met GJ James Kennedy, but he's the British one from later. He's always like, make a Pumptinis, and him and Jack fight.
It sounds like you just add jizz to a margarita.
Oh, you mean a
No, well, it's
martini?
pink.
Oh, what?
It's
mean
pink.
a
It's like a
martini?
Cosmo, but I don't. And like they're really big into like mezcal, which is like such an LA drink, and also
Mezcal's good. It's like the bourbon of tequilas.
oh, it is.
It's
Well, there. I mean, that's such an LA thing, and then you mix it with like the juice from chickpeas and add some
What?
cranberry juice, and it's
What?
yeah,
That sounds insane.
that.
yeah.
What?
It's
but-
mixology apparently.
Okay. Well,
Sure.
Would you be?
This episode is brought to you by Liquid Death.
I love Liquid Death. They're not sponsoring the podcast.
No,
but
I know.
Yet.
I know they aren't.
So I got you
yet.
watermelon because I knew. Well, I
got
got
us all
watermelon too.
watermelon.
Yeah,
He got us all
watermelon's the best.
He got us all watermelon just so he could make that joke and then get away with it.
They have a new orange one
Was it
that
good?
has surpassed watermelon as the best, in my
I don't
opinion.
know. I love that it's in a tall boy, so I feel like I'm drinking a Miller High Life.
Dork.
You know, I'm
The
like
champagne of beers.
It is good. It's my fave.
I hate that. I hate that phrase.
What?
I was just thinking yesterday about how much I hate the phrase "the champagne of beers."
You think about that often?
Yeah, because it offends me.
Fair.
And also,
It
like,
offends
if
me.
you like, if someone serves me champagne, you're putting that shit in a champagne fluke.
I don't want
Like-
that's like saying
I have two modes. I have red Solo cup, and then I have like
ice
I
cream.
want.
That's like saying the ice cream of chili. You know what I mean? It's not. They're
Well, no, it
not
is a light.
the
It is a
fucking same.
lighter beer. It is kind of foamy.
So like Dippin' Dots versus ice cream?
Yeah.
This went
I think
sideways
you're there.
real fast. I wasn't
I
done
think you're
hating on
there.
Vanderpump Rules.
Oh yeah, so go ahead. Keep talking about Vanderpump Rules before Stoney interrupted you with an unpaid ad for Liquid Death.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
It's that watermelon got me going.
It did.
No comment.
Excited.
Oh, yes, we'd started talking about it a little bit earlier, and you said the way to watch it is you're supposed to hate everyone on the show. That's a lot of fucking people to hate. Hate
It's
is
the lazy Susan of
exhausting.
awful, is what Ben and Ronnie from
Yeah,
Watch Your
but
Crappens call it.
I don't have the bandwidth to hate that many people at once. Like
I
I
love
got a
it.
1 to 2 character hatred maximum.
Well,
like,
I have a pissy venomous rage that I need to get out, and reality stars on Vanderpump Rules are how it comes out.
It really does feel like
I like batting cages.
almost everything I have disliked about reality shows balled into one. They really.
But the thing about Vanderpump Rules, though,
put
and
it-
this is
put it on 11. You know what I mean?
oh totally. But the thing about it is reality shows at their core, they started as a social experiment, and it's a really good lens into our society, and Bravo does it pretty well. Because they focate, I can't even talk.
You could have kept going. I thought it was a word.
That's true. Well,
I
they
thought you
they
were smart.
focus on aspirational lifestyle reality television, like The Real Housewives, and people that
aspirational.
Yeah.
Nobody aspires to be a
yeah, but they want to have
dumbass?
people that are living aspirational lives of what our culture and society deems as aspirational. So that's
broke
how
20 somethings working in a
But
restaurant. getting
Vanderpump
yelled
Rules
at.
is different because they're on the pursuit to aspirational living because they're not there yet, which is why they have shitty apartments. They're serving, and Lisa Vanderpump represents the life that they're trying to achieve. So on that pursuit to aspirational living, they're all enemies, which is an old Aristotle theater technique.
I love the way you social studies the fuck out of this show.
Like your theories about it, I absolutely love and adore.
Yeah. You
just can't watch the
I
show.
can't
It
watch
sounds
the
like
show.
you make it sound so good.
I
But that's the
know.
other thing, people
That's
act
why I
like-
tried to watch the stupid show because I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. I'm like, this isn't even a train wreck.
I've never
Like this is
heard
awful.
But that's why you can learn about a lot of it. So, but also I think the reason why I love it the most is there's two different people that watch Vanderpump Rules. There's bozo idiots who aspire to be them. If you aspire to be them, something is wrong with you. Go to therapy. Or there's people like me who are intellectual and they're watching this and they're kind of having like a theatrical catharsis with it. Like I've really used it to work on myself because it was really holding up a lens and a mirror on myself because I have qualities of Jax, Kristen Doty, and GJ James Kennedy within me. And I was watching
all
that.
sex addicts, by the way.
No,
All sex addicts.
I'm not.
What? You just
Well,
said,
I'm not a sex addict.
you
I
said
mean,
they were
I'm
all
a-
sex addicts.
no, definitely
He's a
Jax
sex
has it.
enthusiast.
Okay.
No,
that's cute.
I'm DTF.
I like the way
I'm
you
DTF.
just social studied the whole thing.
Yeah,
You guys are good at this.
I'm DTF.
See, whitewashing isn't always bad, y'all.
See, I hate to say this publicly, and I am almost ashamed to do so, but for a while there, I got really into Jersey Shore.
I do.
But it was somewhat relatable because I am originally from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Season
I
1
grew
was
up
solid.
with
No, season
those
1, 2
people.
are pretty. The thing about Jersey Shore and MTV reality shows is that they're a little bit more produced.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I like it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like a polished product.
Yeah. No, like Bravo's pretty polished, but for the most part, like they really. I mean, there definitely is some producer manipulation, and also the cast members themselves are aware they're on reality television.
You can tell.
And you can tell, but also they highlight it to show that and kind of troll the cast, which is where some comedy comes from.
That's pretty funny.
But like, no, but I watched it and I was like, I'm fucking like these people, and I don't like this. And it was
awesome.
it was really tough to do, but I bettered myself. Because I'm like, I'm not going to be these monsters.
That's impressive.
I'm not.
This podcast
And that's
is
why
brought
I
to you
love
by
it.
therapists everywhere.
Yep. Oh yeah. I see an art therapist and I see a regular talk therapist. And
Have you guys heard that BetterHelp is actually getting sued by?
It does not surprise me. It does not surprise me. I follow this astrologer and he mentioned it on his blog that there was going to be something coming with like those type of therapy things, like a lawsuit or something.
Ooh, is there
going
going
to
to be a class
bubble.
action suit?
God, I hope so.
Ooh, am I going to get my $4.37?
Did you try it?
Ooh, yeah.
They felt very like when I tried it. I was like, "You people are just for the money," and I'm like, "I'm down for this."
Yeah. They got sued like one.
Yeah, at first I was like, I'm pretty sure this is a chat bot because you have not really responded
Humanly,
to me in any sort of
Yeah.
manner that relates to anything I said.
no therapeutic way.
And then, so I was like, I need a new person. And then that one was like messaging me all the time. It was like,
God.
you're not working on things. You're not answering. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm at work.
Yeah.
I got shit to do.
We don't have the hour a week that we're supposed to talk.
Right.
So
I
are
had
you
the
in therapy
hour-
now?
Oh, yeah.
What is their methodology?
Everybody always asks me that. I didn't know there were different flavors.
Well, I really like a DBT
I
therapist,
don't
like
know what
dialectical
that
behavioral
means.
therapy. That's like mindfulness, meditation, stuff like that. Like that's what works with me. There's also CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. I also see a certified art therapist because art, that's.
I go to flavored therapy, and
Yeah, but I
we
mean,
just
but,
do
therapy is
whatever
therapy,
comes out of
so
my head.
Do you go to therapy, Stoney?
Shrooms and alcohol and playing video games with my son.
That's good.
right.
But you don't go someone to like
Calling
to do
mom.
talk therapy?
No,
Why not?
Highly recommend
Is
it.
it too gay for you?
It's a good time.
totally. No, it's not that. It's not that. One, I'm cheap. I don't want to pay anyone.
No, it is
to talk to.
expensive. Yeah.
Oh, my insurance covers it.
I
I
don't
don't
wanna-
give a shit.
Well, you got good insurance because we won't say where you work at, but I know you got good insurance.
Yes, girl.
Insurance. Fairy tales.
I sold out for the good benefits.
Well, I'm working on it, so I'll be getting.
I actually am
going
going to sign up for benefits this year.
You don't have. But
No,
What?
no,
what the hell is wrong with you?
You don't even have
I'm
like
not
the thing
spending
through the
a
state like I
thing.
have,
no.
which they actually
I
are a
make
lot better than people
I
think.
make too much for it. And I don't. And I just didn't get insurance because I didn't think I was going to have the job long enough. I needed every fucking cent.
No,
that
I
was
hear
coming
that.
to
I
me.
hear that.
But now that I've been there as long as I have been, I'm getting paid well enough to where I can afford it now.
Yeah.
But it
Once
wasn't
you're open enrollment, I will
was-
remind you. We can go through them together so we can make sure you get the right stuff.
All right, ad break. I gotta pay for all this damn coffee I'm drinking and tea I'm spilling. It's me, Zenobia, darling. So, as many of you know, I'm more than just a podcaster, stand-up comic, and drag queen. I'm also a very accomplished painter and photographer, and you can check it all out on ZenobiaDarlingCreative.com. I have an art blog on there sponsored by the Harford County Cultural Arts Board, and just all my paintings, photography. You get podcast stuff. I have an art film that premiered in September that you can buy on there too. So make sure you check it out. It supports me, supports the podcast. All right, so let's get back to the podcast. Well, I gotta
come
tell
back,
you,
actually, the 9th.
I just had to do something with
my.
my car insurance because they're fucking trying to scam me.
Oh, don't let that happen, baby.
Yeah. This
Don't
company.
let that happen, baby
because
girl.
I was driving to work, and one of those fucking dump trucks coming out of the quarry at 155 threw a rock out that cracked my windshield.
Whoa.
Pissed me off.
hate that.
And then it was a little crack, and then over the course of a week, it fucking
Yup.
grew
Yeah.
from the whole passenger side over to the driver's side.
That's
So I went to put a claim in
That's a nightmare.
to my insurance, and they were like, "Oh, no problem. This is just like simple." They go to like Safe Late. Imagine this is what pissed me off. $500 deductible. I thought it was $50. No, $500, which that pissed me off because I was like, I don't think that's not right.
It's about average.
So I didn't have to put the claim in because it's, I put it in through SafeLight. It was like $4 something to fix.
I was gonna say it doesn't even.
I'm like, okay, like imagine that. Like it's $500 and magically it's under $500. And then they put my monthly payment up, like it went up like $50.
Wait, and it didn't go. you didn't actually file a claim?
No.
Then they can't.
Because I saw that, but then they raised it up,
on...
and I called them, and they were like, "Well, you did put a claim in." I said, "I didn't put a claim in, and you guys didn't do anything." Like,
yeah, you gotta fight that. If
so
you never
I
put
told
a
them, I was
claim
like,
in.
and they're like, "Well, what?" It was like a $50 increase a month.
That's ridiculous.
But I did. I
And you're like paying for the windshield twice.
Yeah. So then I just shopped around and found another insurance place. $89.
What? Where? I
Like
need to switch.
It was State Farm, but like
See, they
for the
want to
same
charge
thing-
me like $1 billion.
Yeah.
Well, I also live
yeah.
in civilization.
No, that's very true. But still, it pissed me
My
off.
car has insurance though.
Well, that's
I
good.
would
It
point that
does.
out.
I hope it
My
does.
car does have insurance.
Do you have a car note?
No.
Car
I
loan
bought-
note?
No, I paid it.
No,
It's
my
paid.
car's paid off.
It's fucking
I've never had a car payment in my life.
2009. And I'm against them, personally.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're dumb. I think
It's
they're-
like, why am I going to pay double for my car?
Yeah.
But what I did, this is nerdy as hell, and we're going like way sideways, but I would pay myself a car payment and like put it into a different account. So when I needed to buy a new car,
You guys are good with
Hate
money.
those
I'm like,
people.
I love it. I love
hate
it.
those people.
Well,
that
I'm
do
telling you,
right.
the most financially smart people
So
I've
annoying.
ever met in my life are lesbians.
So annoying that they,
Susie
they do
Orman?
right.
Oh, I am garbage with money. I was
Yeah.
just good with cars.
Well, it's numbers. I have a learning skill with numbers. It doesn't compute in my brain.
Man brain.
I mean, I have a general idea, but like at the
Puny
same time,
man
I'm
brain.
like,
It's a puny man brain.
bitch, I can drill shit into a wall. I can build. You know what my job is? My human job.
You're gonna pound it. You're gonna pound it into the wall.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
screw that
pound
that
this-
screw in the wall with
pound
my
these screws.
Black & Decker power driver.
Pound these screws so hard.
Can you do an impression of me?
not a nice one.
Do it. I want to see it. Do an impression of me.
No, it's gonna be faggy.
Just do it
gonna
anyway.
be-
Kind of the point.
Yeah. I want to see if you could do it.
all right.
Okay, just imagine
All right.
me,
All right.
me, and
I love that we have matching cars.
That's
too.
very true. We do.
I was so confused when you pointed outside. I was like, no, wait,
Yeah.
what?
I have a silver Civic. Well, I have a UFO spaceship that's over in the lot
Yes,
over there.
yes.
But, I do have a silver Honda Civic, and so do you.
Just for
Same year.
for those quick little trips.
So wait, I'm having some drama with a grinder guy. I'm coming into bitch. Do an impression of me.
No, that's not how. Can I just do the ABCs as you?
No, you gotta.
I have to.
I'll set
'cause
the
I-
scene up, and you can.
No, because I don't think I
He
can do it.
he
like
doesn't
that.
know what you
Oh.
just said.
What are my
know.
catchphrases?
No, there's a guy that he was about to mate with, and
Mate with.
and he's being rude.
okay, National
He's being
Geographic.
uncouth.
when I meet a guy on Grinder, I'm not breeding. I'll tell you that much.
Well, none of you are breeding.
Well, you know
fair.
what being bred is, right?
Ew. You guys use that term?
Yeah,
Ew.
Wait, what?
You guys are gross.
being bred. It's when a guy comes inside of you.
Yeah. But
called being
You
bred.
can't do
That's the
that
gay
because you're
slang.
boys. Boys can't do that to boys.
Well,
That's-
it's happened many times
Nah, of course.
I mean,
around
you
the world.
can try,
I
but
know.
it's not going to
No,
work.
it's called breeding
But
because
that's why you
it's
can't
just-
call it breeding. But that's why you can't call it breeding. I'm just being silly.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
know
you've
you
come
can't.
inside of a girl because you have a kid.
Of course.
Jesus
It's great. It's great. You think I only did it at
God,
one
we're not even
time?
drinking and we're being ridiculous.
Dude.
Oh,
I have no
what are
idea.
we? We've talked a half hour. Keep
It's
going.
really cool.
Yeah. Wait, so what were we talking about?
Breeding is cool.
Yeah.
What, did I stump you guys? Oh, do an
Getting
impression
bred.
of me. Stoney, do an impression of me.
Okay, just say a phrase and I'll just repeat it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm hooking up with this guy and
You don't
he-
even talk like that.
What?
Talk like you.
Okay, what do you want me to say?
Okay, what do you want me to say?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Talk about me with the charcuterie. Because we were talking about charcuterie,
Well, we
which
have some watermelon squares.
why am I British?
I don't know. I don't know.
I have a very
don't know.
thick Baltimore accent.
I think I can. I swear to God, I can do this, but not in front of you. I don't think I can.
Well, here, don't.
This is so different.
Turn around.
No, 'cause
Is there a pillow?
I don't know if I have. I don't know where to find my gay voice. I had it.
Wait, can you do an impression of me, Ursula?
Oh, I can't do impressions worth shit.
Okay.
A B C D E F G. I would just.
You make me sound really faggy.
Because that's all I know.
That's very true. I do have
Just
a
a lot of just extra tongue.
It comes out of me.
Just a lot.
It
of
comes out of me.
A lot of ss.
I mean, I don't have a lisp. I don't
know.
talk like that.
I know,
No, I don't
but
have a
I would.
lisp.
But I would overdo it in order to.
Yeah.
make fun of
because I definitely have like that gay like sass to it. But I also have like
twang.
a Baltimore like accent with like a little touch of New York, New Jersey.
So South Baltimore.
I could say Jersey.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yep.
I see that.
I was thinking East Baltimore, like Dundalk, too. Well, I mean, they were connected by the Key Bridge, but I mean,
Oops.
we all know what happens. Speaking of accents, I am very happy when I'm watching like Lester Holt. I mean, I don't really watch corporate news, but like when I'm watching that, because I'm generally they're in Baltimore and they're interviewing the EMTs, like the emergency people, the transportation people, and they all have thick Baltimore accents, and I'm like,
fun.
oof.
Press conferences are like watching a damn John Waters movie.
It is.
Fantastic.
And I'm like, and I can only imagine, because this is like getting like international coverage. I'm like, freaking the BBC's playing. It's like, I can imagine what some like trashy bitches in the UK are saying. They're like, what up with these people? Well, it's Baltimore.
That's going to be the new hot accent copy.
Yep. I'm actually working on. Well, I got this premise for making fun of this terrible tragedy that just happened.
Too soon.
I mean, there is comedy. I always say everything is funny.
Everything has
but
to
this
be.
one's taking a little bit to kind of run it through the
I
prism.
feel like the rule that I live by personally is either it's everything or nothing. You know?
It has to be.
It has to be everything or nothing. Yeah. And so, anyway, my favorite thing about tragedies is the next day all the people talking about what they would have done. Because everyone becomes a fucking,
everyone's an
superhero.
Good luck.
Yeah, you can't fucking swim. You can't.
You show, okay, Michael Phelps, I want to see you swim
I
with
literally-
14 tons of steel on you.
Yeah. Like last Thursday, I drove across that bridge. My mom and stepdad drove across the bridge on Sunday. So it's like, that's the other part that's hitting close to home, because it's like, I fucking was on that bridge. So was my family.
Do we know exactly what happened?
I think
the boat lost power.
It lost power. I heard
off
something where they were
track.
looking for like thinking it had contaminated fuel, but it like lost power and lost steering, and then it kind of veered off course. And like it's like
didn't lose steering technically, it lost propulsion, which is necessary to be able to steer
to keep it away from.
Okay, well I don't know how. I'm not a shipper.
Into the.
I mean, you would know a lot.
I don't think they're called shippers.
I like big boats, and I cannot lie.
What are they? I mean, and it's a big ass boat too.
I mean, if you really break it down, 985 feet, that's like a fifth of a mile.
It's the Chrysler building.
And that's like 3 city blocks.
And I've been on spring break, so I haven't been down there seen what it looks like now. I've seen people posting pictures of the skyline, and you can see the fucking boat.
Yep.
Not the bridge.
You're into boats? I didn't know you were into boats.
I like boats.
Okay. We'll talk.
I'm not aquatic.
Boats and hoes.
Even though
I've only been on a ferry and a rowboat. I've never been on a boat. Some shit.
Zenobia.
I was probably. Wow. Yo! Wow! God damn, that was sharp. This bitch is good.
The caffeine kicked
I wasn't even ready for that shit. That shit was crazy. Good job.
Thank you.
But like, I don't know. Like, it's a big.
Couldn't even fight that shit. It's good.
Like, it's a big boat, and it slammed into the bridge, and down goes the bridge. Like, you know,
look like Legos.
Like,
I mean, I can't even remember the tonnage, but like a lot. But literally, the force of if you picked up 3 city blocks and threw it at the bridge, that's what happened.
Bing dong. And then people are like, "Oh, I don't want to go across the Hayden Bridge. I don't want to cross the Tidings Bridge." You're fine.
You're fine as long as there isn't a boat that's going to run into
what
it.
are the chances? Like, yeah. How often do?
Don't jinx it.
It doesn't happen often.
No.
But then also the thing that like that I feel like they're kind of touching on. It's a freak accident.
I wish there was someone to blame.
There really isn't. It was an act. I mean, we're going into a retrograde. It was done
days,
on a full moon and eclipse night, which I think has something to do with it.
In the good old days, we would just pick someone. We would just grab a minority and just blame them. Blame one minority.
Blame Canada.
Everyone would feel better.
Well, I'm sure.
I
mean, that'll probably happen because they're already saying it could be contaminated fuel. I'm like, okay. But no, this
was not
the past month has been. We're getting ready to go into a retrograde and with another like a solar eclipse. We just had a lunar eclipse on a full moon night.
Yep,
fucking intense.
When did that? Oh, it was that night.
I've been feeling. Melvin was acting weird. I haven't been acting weird, but I've been processing a lot of stuff. in my personal life that I'm not getting into, and just kind of like, you know, it's been interesting.
Donovan snuck out of the house.
Oh, that bitch!
And he's not one to try to go outside, so that's my.
Did you get him back?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
But
how'd you get him back? Does he just come back?
I ran outside and
chased the cat?
So I have this little sound I can play that makes all the neighborhood cats show up at my house.
Do they want to like? Is it like a sex call?
No, it's I don't.
You're a witch. Are you a witch?
Well, yeah, but that's irrelevant in this case. No, it's almost sounds like a cat in distress. So they get all like, must go save my friends.
Yeah.
And then so he just came like trotting back to the house, all freaking out because he was like, I made a mistake.
I
he
love
was out
it.
there for a while before
Where'd you get the whistle thing? I might need it.
Oh no, it's if you go to look it up on YouTube, it's like this sound will make your cat come to you.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Because I play with Melvin, and he comes and he's like, meow, meow. Well, he gets mad because he thinks another cat's coming to take his food, because Melvin's very food motivated.
And there's never been another cat to take his food, right? Hasn't he?
I mean,
he's always been
the only cat, yeah.
But he's still on point.
I mean,
He's
there was
ready.
my sister's cat, Lou, like, when, like, I first got him, and, like...
How old was he when you first got him?
7 weeks.
Okay, so...
He was a cute little fluff ball. And he's been with me ever since, so... I mean, Melvin, I will say, he's very much a diva. He's very much a straight boy cat. Like, he's pretty chill. He likes bitches. He wants to go to the strip club.
Bitches are dope.
Oh, me and Melvin should hang.
Yeah. He's a badass cat.
Nice.
He's pretty cool.
I need to meet Melvin.
Yeah. So, well, let me vacuum my apartment before you come over. So, I mean, we got it's Mr. Pussifer now.
Yeah, it's Pussifer.
Cute little black Maine Coon kitty.
Finally,
does he purr?
Maine Coon. Of course, it's a cat.
Oh, I love his little white tail. He has a little speck of white on the end of his tail.
Yeah, he's got a little bit on his chest too. Motherfucker is just the coolest. He doesn't have his nuts in it. Actually, I felt terrible.
You just got him neutered?
Yeah. So I felt...
You don't want him spraying on shit. Melvin did that to
he
someone's
did.
prom dress, and it was...
no.
The person deserved it.
So...
All right, Melvin knew.
That's an off-mic story.
How convenient is that?
That is an off-mic story that I'm not going to get into.
And pointed at it.
What did I point at?
You put the dress down next to the cat food is what you did.
No, it was hanging up in the basement because we were selling it on Poshmark before Poshmark.
God.
And he went down and went.
Here's what I want to say.
That shit was disgusting.
I have to deal with some personal issues because what I discovered is that I didn't have as much an issue with getting my cat fixed until I figured out that it was a male. And now I feel all kinds of guilty.
Well, you also don't want him like getting out and like reproducing
the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, like not getting him fixed and keeping him as an indoor cat, like you would have just drove him nuts.
Well, I've always been against having pets in the first place.
Why?
This was all a mistake. Huh? Because it's some white folk shit. Some slave owner shit. I don't need an animal.
No, it's your friend. He's your friend and companionship.
But where is the actual friendship and the actual companionship?
I mean, look, he's laying right there next to you, listening to you.
Because he is a prisoner. He is kept. He's not allowed to leave. And I am his only source of food.
Sacked out on an ottoman, living his best life right now. There's no hostage situation here.
But I will say he does want to get out and fuck up a squirrel.
We call this...
I mean, doesn't everybody?
We call this his best life, but I feel as though I'm taking something away from his natural...
No, but I mean, he's an indoor cat. Like, he's...
Because I made him an indoor, but he was born under a fucking trailer. You know what I mean?
He probably wouldn't have made it this long if you didn't rescue him.
Yeah, I
mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's a hard world out there.
It is a hard world.
Get eaten by stuff.
Yeah.
Not be able to
but
eat.
There's a little bit of guilt. I'm not gonna like get rid of him, or anything like that. But
I get that.
There's a little bit of guilt because
you did the
I
best
feel
thing
like,
for him.
I guess.
Well, I love cats. I think cats are the best.
I want you listeners to comment below.
Where are they comment?
What's the comment below? No.
Well, then I'm not reading the damn comments. I don't do that.
Never
so
read
you
the
can
comments.
read the comments.
Never read the comments.
I'll probably get some hillbilly that's like,
me?
oh, this liberal fag is doing this. Fuck
You're
off.
listening, so
That'd be fun.
I get, but no, I don't. I don't like. I'm not like reading the comments. I get enough people coming at me.
If you think you can handle this shit, bring the smoke if you want. Say whatever the fuck you want, but you will be held accountable.
Yeah, well, it's also one of those things where they're hiding behind a keyboard. I'm like, if you meet me on the street and say that to my face, it's going to be a different story.
Niggas is pussy, God. Straight up and down.
So what movies have you guys been watching lately?
I just watched the new Roadhouse.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
Fuck yes, it is actually very good.
I don't watch a lot of scripted things.
I cannot remember the last
Jake
time.
Gyllenhaal.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Thank you.
Ripped. He got super
No,
ripped.
my favorite Jake Gyllenhaal is the one where he's like the really sociopathic like news photographer.
Oh, that was
In
Nightcrawler.
LA.
Nightcrawler.
Yes.
Nightcrawler was phenomenal.
I don't know what that says about me that I think that's his hottest movie, but like Brokeback Mountain doesn't get it for me because he freaking had canned beans and then bottom that night. What gay is doing that in the woods?
Where's the realism?
Sorry. Like
Canned
that's not
beans
happening. If he's
and
bottoming,
then
he's not eating
bottomed.
canned beans.
Wait, what do you mean? You getting these hoes McDonald's? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No,
Like,
you
what-
don't
what
like
level
you
of-
You want to
don't
be a muddy
eat.
bottom.
Yeah, you don't want to be a sloppy
Oh.
bottom. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not like
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
the
you know,
food is-
Heath Ledger's
it's
fucking
not-
him in a tent.
It's not like I didn't realize I didn't want to talk about this
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was like,
Until
you just
I
got
got-
real graphic.
until I got there.
I'm like, this is gonna get real. Are you
Until you
ready?
Yep, I'm going to say, we're going to edit that out because Stoney just got real vulgar and we're not talking about that.
Is that against we have rules?
Yeah, but I mean, I allude to it because I mean, you know, it's like
I'm sorry.
that movie that I was just like, ooh, and it's also, but I do appreciate the level of like
they didn't
like
know
how they were
gonna-
in the closet and they were married to women because that's very much a real experience.
But they
'cause a lot
didn't
of
know
men,
that they were gonna fall
they
for each
they
other.
did
right?
fall in love.
Yeah, but
and
I'm
they
saying
were
they
actively
didn't
in love, and they would always,
expect it.
but they would come back
Nobody
to society.
ever expects it.
Yeah, but they would come back to society, be married, and living the like heteronormative life, which I call hetero hell because that just sounds like a hellish existence.
I gotta be myself, dog. I can't,
You know,
I can't.
and
I
it's
can't
like,
fake
but
it.
then they would go into the woods, and it would be like, oh, we're gonna fuck in a tent and bareback and shit.
What was their? They had like a job that they were doing together. Right?
They were like farm hands in Wyoming.
oh.
Or like, no, they were. I think they were herding cattle. They were doing something.
herding. They were herding
They're cowboys
because you had to go from
Yeah.
point A
Yeah,
to
they were
point B.
moving.
Yeah.
Alone.
And they were in a tent, and
say
so
it,
they
say it moving beef.
they were moving beef. But yeah, I just Brokeback Mountain didn't do. Jake Gyllenhaal, that Nightcrawler, he's really hot in. He's really hot in
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko. Oh,
That's
a
just
classic.
classic.
actually, for my Easter Bunny paint night at Haven, I did a Donnie Darko.
Can we talk about
painting.
how fucking mad I was that shit sold out
It did. Yeah, it was.
in like 5 seconds?
You know,
too.
that one is a big one.
Lovely people.
But yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
So before we move on from
Are you talking
the
about Jake
bridge,
Gyllenhaal?
I love Jake Gyllenhaal.
Do you think he's hot?
No, not at all. I think his
You don't have a
his head
dude
is
crush on him?
shaped funny.
I've also heard things that he likes.
I've got a dude crush on him.
Yeah.
His head's shaped funny.
God, that crooked smile and those
He doesn't
blue
look-
eyes.
he
Oh,
doesn't you know? Sorry.
what's the other one he's good at? Jarhead. I don't really think. I mean, I've done enough Marines. I don't.
That was
They're
a
not
great
my
fucking
fave.
movie. Though. It's a great movie.
It's a good movie, but there was one where he was. What else? Brothers was a good one.
I didn't see that.
Brothers.
Step
Yeah, about a-
Brothers, on the other hand,
Yeah,
that's a whole different story altogether.
Classic.
Oh.
My favorite scene in Step Brothers were the fake abs that I forgot they gave to the guy's big brother in the beginning of the movie. These motherfuckers are in like a tree house or something like that, and one of their like actual brothers comes in. It's just never mind. It's stupid.
Huh?
That's going nowhere.
What movie is this?
Step Brothers. We're getting.
Oh,
we're-
with Will
we're-
Ferrell. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, I did watch the Barbie movie. I did like that.
That
That was a
very
phenomenal
well done.
movie.
Yes,
I beach.
The media
I
tried their
beach.
best to make me hate that fucking movie. and
I thought it was
finally
really
watched it
funny.
because it's a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
There's no way that you can't.
And
can't-
like
you
you
can't fake it.
I just love
good movie.
Ken. Like I love Ryan Gosling, and him with his platinum Ken hair and just like being so
It
dumb.
was a good Ken.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I don't. I just beach.
Oh yeah, they beat each other.
I
off.
just beach, not
beat
lifeguard.
you up.
I beach. And he's like patriarchy. No, it was a good movie. So I feel like I want to get your take on this because I just watched something on Martha Stewart. I know you fucking love Martha Stewart, Ursula.
Yes,
She's a queen.
she's amazing.
She's amazing. Martha Stewart
She's
is
like the world's greatest self-made woman.
yeah. And she's really like smart. She's in on the joke. And like you watch her shows, she'll teach you a lot of shit. And she's way more manly than people give her credit for. Like she builds shit. She
I'm not surprised by
plows shit. Like
she does.
Like she does. Like she's DTF.
Oh,
do you think her and Stewart hook it up? They have to be. And people are shocked by that. I'm like, I could totally see them being good friends.
I
could see that happening, but not in a romantic kind of way. Like it would be very transactional.
Snoop can still smash.
Still be hot.
I mean, she's 81. Was just on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I'm like,
shit.
thank God, Martha. Like,
I don't even look that good now.
She went to jail for 5 months. Like, that's the thing. I'm like, Martha is.
She went to rich person jail, though.
She went to Alderson Federal. No, it was a camp.
It was federal.
Like,
still federal.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like it was like the Florence Supermax where like terrorists are kept. I mean, it was like the same. It was on the same level as like when Teresa Giudice, the Real Housewives of New Jersey, went to jail. But I mean, but also Martha is like a doer. So she went in there and I think it kind of checked her ego. But like she went in there and was like just doing it and still doing her thing in there. Like she was cleaning.
Teaching
but she did it. She didn't get charged with like it was all for insider trading. But she tried to spin the narrative, and that's what the police and the FBI
definitely took the fall, right?
Yeah, totally. They used her as an example. And the thing that pissed me off is I'm like, all of our political elites are all insider trading.
If I could 100% of them.
Oh, yeah, and it's like, okay, so Nancy Pelosi gets it off scot-free. You guys send Martha to jail, not for that, but for lying about it. Okay, fuck off.
Somebody had to be an example.
That's true, but it's Martha fucking Stewart.
And, I mean, I was gonna say it's Martha Stewart.
God, and then
she's like, that's cool. I'll go. Whatever.
If you take out the big head, then all the other can just continue doing.
It's
what
like a hydra.
doing,
I mean, she's a 24/7 busy woman. She was probably like 5 months vacation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm down. And then another 5 months in house arrest in my Bedford, Connecticut home.
Right?
I'm down. Her homestead. So do you watch Martha? Do you like Martha?
I appreciate her. I haven't watched a full episode in years, but
You would watch Living?
I had before, because it depends on what she was doing. If she was doing something that was interesting to me.
I also liked it when SNL parodied her with Anna Gasteyer as Martha. I like that. I spend 364 days a year suppressing my demons, and on Halloween, I invite them to dance. And I'm like, that's me. That's me. Well, I always invite my demons to dance because I defeat them.
Dancing demons.
That's my band name.
All right, so we've been talking. I mean, we're going on an hour.
Are we done? Oh, wait. There was something after the bridge, though. We went off of.
I was going to wrap up.
We didn't get too into the bridge.
Itinerary. No.
So, do you guys have final thought? Like any final thoughts on the Key Bridge?
God bless, man. I hope
I know because they're finding those poor construction workers.
I wish it didn't happen.
I mean, I actually hate that it happened, and I hate that people were lost. But Baltimore can rally and support some people.
And they are. Like, and that's the thing. And it's like,
holy shit.
Oh. And a lot of time, and this is the thing that I've been noticing is like, okay, they were Central and South American immigrants, and they were doing it, and like people love to talk.
American.
I thought they were from El Salvador. I thought Central
Mexico is northern.
I thought that one was.
America.
Well, let's rephrase this. You know, they're immigrants from like, you know, Mexico and like Central American countries, which is what a lot of people love to demonize. But I'm like, they're here living lives, having aspirational living families, like doing all that stuff.
And doing all the hard work.
And doing the hard work. And it's like they died doing it. And it's like, I like that a lot of people are putting down all that bullshit that people love to spew and are like, hey, no, these people are part of our community. I think they were in Highlandtown. And it's like, you know, like active members of our community and people are rallying. And it's like.
One thing that bothers me, but I'm not fully, I don't fully understand how this is working, but they're saying that pretty much if you live in Maryland, you're going to be paying for this fucking bridge. I
thought Biden came out and said they're moving hell and high water and paying for it.
So because of the magnitude of devastation it will do to the economy and our GDP, the feds are going to shell out and make sure that gets rebuilt.
All right, so let's take a bet.
As quickly as possible.
When do you think the new bridge is going to be up?
Well,
it takes 3 years.
I mean, it's going to be a couple years.
3 years. I'll say 3 years.
Yeah, 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
2 years is fast.
I think we need a ferry in the interim.
They're going to need something because I'll tell you right now, those damn tunnels are bullshit, always backed up. And when they're backed up, you take that. Because I'm like, what are these fucking trucks going to have to do? Because I know hazmats and can't go through the tunnel.
Nope.
I'm like, what are they doing? Going around the Beltway through Towson? That's a shit show.
They're going to go through
Or take Boston Street.
I would say they're going to be coming through Boston Street to get to Heath
I never knew
Avenue
that there was a rule
to
about
get to the
Yeah, they
hazmat
can't-
not
shipping
being able to go
depot
through
Yeah.
tunnels.
and down to the port.
God.
They can't go through tunnels? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't have hazmat in a
yeah.
tunnel.
And there's something else you can't have in the tunnel too, but I forget what it is.
Compressed gases.
That's true. And yeah, that's it. And isn't there like a height restriction
Well,
in
yeah.
the tunnels?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but like the
There's also height restrictions going under bridges, but
yeah, and there's always a wind warning on that bridge.
yeah.
But when I drove over it last Thursday, it was a nice day, and it's like I like it because it's out in a grittier part
Does
of the
a
city.
wind warning mean, hey, this is going to be scary, but don't worry, you're okay?
Yeah.
Or does it mean
It's going to be
you
scary
speed
and you'll
up
be okay?
because you could get blown off?
Well, I mean,
Unless
it is.
you're in
It's
an
a,
empty
it's a
box
scary
truck.
bridge. It's a tall bridge out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, beautiful views
Yeah.
of the city, beautiful
Yeah,
views
the
of the
views
bay.
are unmatched.
You know, I can't tell you how many times I've driven over at
I
sunset.
don't
and
know
it's-
if I've ever gone over it or not.
You've never been over the Key Bridge.
I don't think so.
Well,
Would
Well,
I
now you're
have-
never going to go over
Would
it.
I have gone over it on the way up north?
No, it's going.
no, it's in,
I don't know. You don't talk to me like that.
going
I don't
going
know.
north from where?
Okay, I guess that's a good answer. I don't understand Maryland. Maryland doesn't make any fucking sense. This whole this state. I've lived in many states on the East Coast. This is one of the smallest states. You can drive through it in 20 minutes or drive around it for 5 fucking hours.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It's built like a maze and it doesn't make sense. This
It's a weird state.
state doesn't make any fucking sense.
But this is like, I don't know, because there's 3 crossings of the harbor. The Baltimore, what is it? The Harbor Tunnel, the Fort McHenry Tunnel, and the Key Bridge.
You're so knowledgeable.
Yeah,
about
I'm
where
very
you
good
live.
with like geography and like,
Geography.
yeah.
I don't.
Do you know
Do
the
you have
other
anything?
bridges that are
Name the bridges.
There's the Francis Scott
operated
Key
by the
Bridge,
state?
Ugh, what a dork ass.
the Hainem Bridge, Tidings Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. There's the bridge over the Potomac
Knowledge is gay.
further south.
The Nice Bridge.
Yeah, the Nice Bridge.
Knowledge
the
is
Bay Bridge.
gay.
I feel like there's another one.
As far as toll plazas,
Oh, you would know all this.
the Intercounty Connector.
Oh yeah, the ICC.
Yes,
I hate
girl.
the ICC.
ICC.
I hate the ICC.
You down with ICC? Yeah, you.
You don't know me.
Sounds like just a
Ooh.
just a.
Oh, and the
just
Chesapeake Bay
more
Bridge
gay
Tunnel.
code.
But no, that's
That's
Virginia.
Virginia.
Okay, never mind.
Just more gay code.
What
whenever,
gay code?
Whenever they don't want me to listen, they start.
inter-
What is some
Talking
gay
in-
slang we can throw at Stoney? Don't get too
I've
literal
heard
because
it
you
all.
started talking
Haven't
about
I heard
like.
it all? I've heard it all, right? There's no way
Well,
there's. Would there be
do you know-
new
what-
stuff? Is there new stuff?
What's some lesbian stuff we can throw at him?
I like lesbian stuff. What do you got?
As far as stuff that he wouldn't know,
Yeah. I don't know.
straight guys know a lot of lesbian. Well, straight guys
That's
think they
true.
know a lot of lesbian
Yeah,
stuff,
well.
but you know,
Well, half of them are fantasizing about women, lesbians. So
they so they can disappoint 2 women at once.
I have a good record on that tip, but I'm not. We're not. That's not what we're
On-
talking about.
Disappointing women?
No, on not disappointing women. How dare you?
I love it.
How
I
dare
was just
y'all.
asking for clarity.
Well,
I heard a really good joke from Cam Patterson online not too long ago. It's a newer comedian. It's a really good fucking joke.
spill.
I had sex. I actually had a threesome, and I actually made 2 women come to the conclusion that I'm bad at sex. It was such a good fucking joke.
Oof.
That sounds like a bad fucking joke.
Can't wait to meet that guy.
But
I mean, it's pretty good.
I'm
Okay.
gonna get back into comedy next month.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I want to.
This is something that
report.
like has been really happening with me. I really think my live performing days are coming to an end because
bullshit.
I have really bad social anxiety, and anymore it's like it takes so much out of me. Like for doing stand-up comedy, it takes a little bit to be like, okay, I'm performing, I got to be in front of people. It's like it's getting too hard on on me personally. And I like podcasting.
maybe it's the venue too.
I
Like it's
think-
just not your safe space.
Well, I mean,
I think you just.
it is. I
need
mean,
a
it is, but it
hiatus.
isn't.
Take a
Like
hiatus.
I'm taking a hiatus.
Take a
I mean,
nap.
I will say I do wish I was around. Like, I wish I was around more queer comics. Like, I just sometimes being around a lot of like straight passing men can be very like, it can be very triggering for me because it falls back in the same trope of like, and not that this has happened, but like I can definitely see where that mentality might be there, where like it's always going to be the cheap gay shots at me. It's always going to be like a dick measuring contest with me, stuff like that. And that's something that like I have to just, I'm cool with, but I'm like at the same time, it's like I need, like I just need to. I think I'm taking a hiatus just from.
So what you're saying is we need to have our own little merry band of queer comics.
I'm down.
Let's do it.
Because like also, let's be real.
Would that be queermity?
Let's be real. What my style of comedy deals with pop culture. Straight guys are not getting pop culture jokes. Like they're not.
I disagree with that one.
I mean, you do,
but only because if it's funny, it's funny.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But at the same time,
you
it's
get
like
into really niche pop culture, though.
I do. But Kathy Griffin does, and Kathy Griffin's my idol. So it's like
that's also true.
I mean,
like I know my audience, and it's like I know I kill better in a queer space with other queer comics.
It's annoying to hear you say that, but I do have to admit that I don't love always being the only black person around.
Yeah. It's very similar to that
but you know,
and I'm also kind of like
I also still just power the fuck through it and say fuck that. Yeah. They're gonna love me because I love me.
No, and that is and I would like I've never.
Beautiful.
I just want to say this like with a lot of the stand-up comedy.
We just touched tips.
Yeah.
You were frauding.
What
is that a term?
Is that what it is? Frauding.
Frauding.
It's where like you rub your dicks together and come at the same time.
What?
That's not a thing I can
come
do.
at the same time.
Well, I mean, it's a microphone.
But
let me say this about the stand-up comedy thing. I've never had any guy say anything homophobic to me. I've never had anything like that. Everybody has been very welcoming and open and accepting of me, and that's something I very much appreciate. This is my own stuff that I am working through, and it's just like.
But I'm definitely guilty of if I'm going up after you. Then if I have to take in, because you just kind of keep the momentum rolling. I'm not above making a gay joke.
No, and I'm okay with that. And like that's the other thing. Like
I can see how that.
And I know how like when like we're comics, we're going to make fun of each other. We're going to come and like I'm totally cool with that. It's just I miss being around like I just miss being around gays because there's a little bit of a different. I don't know, like, I like to be around my own kind, if that makes sense.
You just understand where each other are coming from. There's less you have to explain about yourself.
Yes, and it's also, like, I can go up there and do, like, I don't have to be as rehearsed. Like, I will say, like, on the last time I performed at, like, the State Theater, like, in January, I went into my mental health and I killed. Yeah. And it's, like, that was different, whereas, like, if I do, like, a Demi Lovato material, Paris Hilton, it's going to be, like, 3 people in the room are going to laugh, and I'm like, okay, like...
Oh, you're right. Now that you mentioned that.
And that's the thing I'm like... Yeah, because, like, it's not, and, like, sometimes just being around a lot of hetero energy is just kind of, like, I'm over it. Like, like, I'm sure you feel the same way, like, being around a bunch of, like, Caucasian energy or white energy, you're like, I'm done.
I mean, I don't hang out with groups anyway. I don't like groups.
I don't either.
If there's too much of any one thing, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even my own people.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also, you're introverted.
Yeah, totally.
In a way,
totally.
like I think all 3 of us are.
And
I think that's what makes
are.
us comics.
Yeah, fully.
That's how we deal with our trauma.
Because like wrapping up, like I was going to talk about Showgirls because it's like we just went over to your house on a Saturday, smoked weed, and watched Showgirls.
So many titties.
With my mom.
With your mom.
That was amazing.
Oh, yeah, that's
not enough.
So, what are your thoughts on Showgirls, Stoney?
I mean,
it's a classic.
So many thoughts. When it first came out, of course, I watched it. Of course, I saw it immediately.
I don't you jerk off to it?
No, I was like...
I'd say you were like...
8?
Yeah, if that.
I wasn't jacking off yet. I didn't know how yet. But I was only excited because the girl from Saved by the...
I could say a real dirty joke.
I wanted to
right
say it.
You didn't go to a men's group.
I was just thinking it. I was like, somebody didn't have the hands-on talk.
That's how they get you.
We're going to have to cut that out.
Oops.
That's not... So, I was really hyped that the girl from Saved by the Bell was getting naked. and that's
I mean,
what got
you
me
see
into
full
it.
pussy in it.
Yeah, and then so I was hyped about it back then for those reasons, but now to look at it, it's really fucking cool. I didn't notice how many actual stars are in that fucking movie.
Gina Gershon.
She's
Long
amazing.
list.
Craig McDougal from Sex and I forget the actor's name, but he's in it. He played Charlotte's husband who like wouldn't fuck her and then would jerk off in the
The
bathroom.
guy with the dreads is actually a huge actor.
No, he is too. He's in it too.
A huge theater actor also.
Yeah.
But there's a long list of people.
But I mean, it's a good it's a good movie.
And
like,
it stands up.
yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
one of those things where
it actually looks awesome still.
yeah.
Yes.
Well,
yeah,
it's
not
also the
dated
Peter
or anything.
Verhoeven or Verhausen, whatever the fuck you say it. He went into it because he was like, I wanted to make a movie that was Las Vegas exploded. So everything is heightened in your face, beautifully shot, beautifully, every detail is there. And I wanted to give like commentary on the culture.
I think there could have been more shapes as far as naked women go.
Well, also this was in 1994, but I do agree.
Yeah,
with you.
everyone
We
was too
weren't
skinny
there
because
back
the
then.
Yeah.
only plus size female
wasn't butt time yet.
It was still
Yeah.
heroin chic.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And like the
Damn
only
shame.
plus size female
Damn
was
shame.
at the Cheetah Club when Nobi was a stripper.
Yep.
And it was like the kind of the bigger one that was more of a comic, and she kind of was in on the joke because she wasn't dancing. But also that also says something about our society because that is how Hollywood, that's how Las Vegas is. You're eating your brown rice and vegetables and your doggy chow.
That's why I'm a comic.
Yep. Yep. Well, at the same time, I'm getting ready to do a bodybuilding thing. But
Didn't make it too far on the pole, did you?
I actually had a pole installed in one of my old apartments.
I love pole
That is a
dancing.
long
I was just at
story
the
then.
2:00 club like 3 weeks ago because I had to do something for an art
nice.
exhibit. I was
Doesn't sound like
I
a
was
long
doing
story.
like we went there during the day because I had to meet with the owner because I'm doing an exhibit on Blaze Star at my job and he's donating or not donating, he's putting some of his artifacts from Blaze that he found
cool.
in the club in the show. And he's just, the dude who owns it's actually like a really good decent dude. And like we were there, it was like 3 PM, and of course, it's on the block, but it's not, it's not scary or anything.
Yeah.
And we go in, I mean, you walk in, the freaking wall is like black python skin wallpaper.
I don't think I've ever been there.
It's so, and then you like walk down the stairs, you go in. All the ductwork is like pink glitter. There's like sconces with orange glitter cutouts. Gorgeous.
That's
sounds
not one
pretty
of the
cool.
ones where females must be with a male escort.
No.
Okay.
This is like, and they're more like, and this is something I was talking to Jude about. He's really into like the art of stripping and burlesque, and it's like there's an art, and the way that the stage is set up, because that's also something else. Like just being a theater person, I can look and I'm like, okay, like you really have your dancers protected.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that type of like trashy, Pulaski Highway strip club.
I like the showmanship of it.
Yeah, like there's the theater involved a bit, and it has like
Yes.
an element of glamour and class to it.
And
and
just
elegance.
the gymnastic ability. to be
Yeah,
able to
and
do
like
some
he
of
was
that
showing me
stuff.
some of the girls, and like I mean, because I was also doing a mini paranormal investigation because like I've heard things, and
as one does.
well, we know who I am, and and so I had him give me a tour of and he took me back to like the dressing room, and then I walked in, I was like, oh, a bunch of drag queens are here. You girls know what you're doing, and he was like, wow, you really are good at this. And I was like, yeah. I was like, because I always say female strippers and drag queens, it's like a step to the left. Like they're very similar. They're performers. It's like,
Yeah,
and there's also do a lot of stuff. Like you're gonna have like, I mean, I walked in, there was like a 301 lash, on the floor, and
I love
like
that I
and
know what
some
that
track,
means.
yeah, and like one of the performers when they're
size
getting
of
ready,
eyelash, right?
yeah, like draws and color stuff and had it all over one of the mirrors, and I was like, that's a like,
Yep.
and it smelled like perfume, and it's like that's something, and of course they didn't trash it, but they definitely left it a little like a tornado went through, which is like a typical drag queen. And like the minute I walked in, I could smell the hairspray and perfume, and I'm like, your girls know what you're doing, and I was like, yeah, it was like legit.
Yeah.
So what were we talking about with the 2:00 club? Yeah, but so that's something like,
I say, how do we get there?
yeah, but I mean that's something.
Showgirls.
Yeah, Showgirls. So it's like that's. I mean, and I did get on stage, and I had my friend, the curator of the Blaze Star exhibit. I was like, take my camera. I'm going on stage. went on stage, strutted down, because it's like...
Oh, that's where those pictures came from.
Yeah, and there was the 2 poles, and I actually got and did a full twirl, because I haven't done it in a few years.
That place did look fucking awesome.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm going to do this. I was like, watch this. Cool. And they were all like, oh my God, like, you actually can pole dance. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't come out often, like, anymore. And I definitely have lost some of my dancing ability, but, like, I know how to work a pole.
Nice.
Like...
Pole working.
Yeah. And even like, and the dude, even like the owner of it, he was like, I could tell the way you were gripping it and how you went into it. Like, you have more of like the technical skills that you know what you're doing. And I just painted a painting of like Zenobia performing on that stage, and I purposely put in her body doing that same grip.
Nice.
Yeah, because I did a full twirl.
That's pretty special.
I want to go on a random middle of the afternoon field trip to a strip club, and
it was fun. I mean, it was. It was amazing. It was amazing.
You guys should go to the strip clubs down south, where they go bottomless.
You can go full nude in Baltimore. They just don't.
Can you?
Yeah, pretty sure you can.
That's cool.
But
do it in
why only in Baltimore? You mean the county or just?
Oh, I don't know. I just know that that's something that you can do in the state of Maryland. They can. I think they can go full nude. Just. You know, but also when you go full nude, they're also it brings in a different clientele that you kind of have to to have a little bit more protections for the dance. That's something with me because like
that comes with more money also.
That's very
true.
That's
what we're here for.
Depends.
I mean, Naomi Malone bought a Versace dress.
Versace.
Speaking of Versace, I just got a pair of Versace sunglasses.
Ooh.
Yeah, show her those fucking glasses.
They're my blue bag. I mean, my hot yellow.
Come like that is far from blue.
The guy is.
But yeah, aren't they cute? So it's a Gianni Versace design.
I told him that I wish I could take
that they
those
still make, and I saw them because they were yellow, and they're just cute.
They are
delightful. And I mean, and I didn't pay for them, but
if I took those with me on the train,
I say that it's very. I say that like I did something shady or stole, but I didn't because we crossed. There we go. Because I bought them off Amazon. Amazon said they lost the package. So they refunded it to me, and then the next day, it came.
Oh. Nice.
And I'm not saying anything.
Well, that's fair.
And we're far enough along in the podcast that I don't think people are listening now, so it's all good. So with all that, final thoughts. This was so much fun. I appreciate you two. Plug yourself.
Fucking Stoney Williams on everything. Actually, Stoney Will on Instagram.
Yeah.
Stoney_Will. I be going to places and then making people laugh.
I be going to places?
I be going places, making people laugh at those places.
You sound like Bobby Brown. I will never forget.
Why Bobby Brown?
I know, because this is where I will never forget this, because one of my favorite one-season wonder reality shows is Being Bobby Brown on Bravo with like cracked out Whitney Houston, and then Phaedra. Because I love reality television, and you get freaking Whitney Houston singing the Black Eyed Peas, being a mess.
Heartbreaking.
I know, but I love Whitney. Jesus. I love her, and Phaedra Parks, who went on to become a Real Housewives of Atlanta. She represented him and flat out said in court, "Your Honor, my client be innocent."
Did she really?
Yes, and I was like,
fucking ridiculous.
"Wait a minute." Yes, that's when you said that. I was like, "Okay."
That's fucking ridiculous. So yeah, I'm just gonna be doing a lot more stand up this coming month, in the next couple years, and hopefully make some money off it one day.
You will
find me. Just find me, guys. If you like the way I sound.
So give your address so people can come over your apartment and knock on your door.
Yeah, sure. Just come on by, guys. You know where I am. You know where to find me. You know where I be. You know where I be's at. Come through.
All right. What about you, Ursula? Where can we find you?
Yeah, so Ursula Griffin, typically third Thursdays of the month at the State Theater.
Yep.
This coming weekend, well, it'll be last weekend by the time you're hearing this. I will be at the Port Comedy Club in downtown Baltimore for their new talent competition.
Slay.
Fuck yeah.
Slay.
Yeah. So come, I'm talking to you because, you know, otherwise people would have to time travel. Come see me. Come cheer me on.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. All right. And you guys know where I am. I'm Zenobia Darling. Go to my website. Follow me on social medias. And with that, I'm moving up to the UFO. So peace out, guys.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye, guys.